Riding low, crooks rip the wheels off vehicles at a Terre Haute dealership. We'll take you inside the investigation.
And temperatures will warm up tomorrow, but not on Sunday. Full details coming up.
News 10 looks at the dangers of overdoing flu medication.
Plus, one group of Wabash Valley kids will watch President Obama's inauguration in Washington, D.C.
News 10 at 6 starts right now.
Leading the way. This is the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast with Mark Allen, Patrice Dayton, Chief Meteorologist David Wire, and Rick Semler, Sports. This is News 10.
Fancy rides up on blocks as two Terre Haute car dealerships are the targets of crooks.
Cadillac Escalades have to be some of the priciest SUVs on the market. But sheriff's detectives say it's not the souped-up rides thieves are after, rather the equally fancy tires and rims. News 10's Brent Frazier is here with more on these tire takers. He has more on tonight's top story. Brent?
Mark, Patrice, Vigo County Sheriff's detectives tell us 2 local car dealerships were hit just this week during the overnight hours of Wednesday evening, Thursday morning. And in the case of those Cadillac Escalades, these vehicles are showroom new. Changing tires at Fuson Buick GMC Cadillac, just a sign of changing times as modern-day crooks rip off not the rides, but the wheels they're riding on.
It's got to be somebody that's obviously has some strength, because these are not small wheels off of a subcompact car, and quick, know what they're doing. So it's hard telling.
Vigo County Sheriff's Captain John Motes says 3 Cadillac Escalades, brand new, were robbed of their rubber, as was a 4th SUV at Fuson. Nearby Mace Ford was nailed too in the same night. The bandits used anything they could find to improvise as car jacks, even the tailgate of a truck.
As long as I've been an officer, seeing dealerships have their cars broken into, cars actually stolen from the lots. There for a while you had a trend of airbags being stolen out of the vehicles. So we trend. Depends on what's the hot market item. Apparently now it's wheels.
Captain Motes says the thieves are brazen, bold enough to be undeterred by street lights, surveillance cameras, even passing drivers. The stolen tires total well beyond $50,000 between the 2 dealerships. But Captain Motes says the tire takers will be caught. And that's where the rubber meets the road. Captain Motes says there is surveillance video from both car dealerships. Investigators will be reviewing that footage to see if they can identify these tire thieves and bust them before they strike again. Mark, Patrice?
That's amazing. Thank you, Brent.
In today's Flu Watch 10, we skip past what's causing the virus and look at the solution. A solution that, if unintentionally abused, can lead to death.
It's very scary. Many people think the more medicine, the better, and parents are very guilty of that. I am myself. But doctors say there's risk involved. News 10's Michael Klaus found out what that risk means for you.
It seems like a common practice. You feel a bug coming on, and you reach for these. You need to sleep, and you take some of this. But health administrators want you to be aware of just how much you're putting into your body.
And what people don't realize is a dose of Vicks NyQuil may have, a full one-time dose of acetaminophen in it. And then if they're also taking Tylenol on top of that, then they're double dosing themselves.
That double dosing can be very serious, causing liver failure, something thousands of people are hospitalized for each year. It's part of the reason why the FDA lowered the maximum daily allowance for acetaminophen from 4,000 milligrams per day to 3,000 in 2011. Another thing people don't think about is that combining acetaminophen with other substances can also cause problems.
If somebody drinks more than 3 alcoholic beverages in a 24-hour period, and they're also using, high doses of Tylenol, then their risk of liver damage goes up even a little higher.
So what can you do? Well, thankfully, the cure is simple. Just know what you're taking.
The main thing for consumers to remember is to read the fine print and realize that 3,000 milligrams per 24 hours is the maximum allowable dose.
That will keep you from getting sick while overcoming another bug. In Terre Haute with photojournalist John Tim, Michael Klaus, News 10.
Now, that 3,000 milligrams per day is for children 12 and older.
The doses for children under 12 is based on their weight. To find out the daily maximum for your child, contact your doctor.
Now let's turn to the weekend weather. Hopefully some good news here.
Yeah, well, it's good news because it's Friday. That's all that matters.
Yeah. It's good news because it's Friday and Saturday's temperatures. If you guys have outdoor projects still to get done, you have outdoor projects to get done. It's going to be a great weekend. It really is, except for, all right, let's say first part of the weekend. Here's a look at the temperatures outside right now. We'll talk tomorrow because Sunday just gets flat out cold again. Today, hopefully you thought this was kind of mild. Hopefully you thought today was okay. Sure, it was a bit windy. From 36 right now in Terre Haute, 40 in Robinson. Look at the temperatures tomorrow. We climb to about 50 degrees. Now, we're not there for long, but the afternoon temperatures will be above average. Average high is 37. So please keep that in mind. It's not going to be hot, but for the middle of January, it's definitely going to be mild outside. Your winds still blowing around pretty good out of the southwest. They change direction. A cold front late tomorrow night. Much colder for Sunday. I'll have much more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dave. This is new for you tonight at 6. The Indiana General Assembly is looking to battle jail overcrowding with a major rewrite of the state's criminal code.
As News 10's Matt Gregory explains, it could reduce felonies for some drug possession crimes while raising penalties for violent crimes.
$250 million. That's the estimated price tag for opening another prison in the state of Indiana. It's an expensive solution to a problem that plagues the entire country, prison overcrowding. So in this year's Indiana General Assembly, lawmakers looked at different ways to ease the burden on prisons, starting with the laws.
This is the first time that the criminal code has been kind of overhauled like this since the late 70s, about 1977.
Representative Alan Morrison is referring to House Bill 1006, an ambitious rewrite of the state's criminal code to ease the burden on prisons.
The people who are hurting other people are going to certainly be punished severely. The nonviolent crimes, a lot of those are the people that are filling up our prisons.
The bill would change the felony system from 4 levels to 6 and increase the penalties for violent crimes and sexual predators. But it also eases the sentencing on drug possessions like marijuana. According to House Democrat Clyde Kersey, it would make all pot possession charges misdemeanors instead of felonies.
Instead of putting those people in prison, assign them to community corrections. And in community corrections, they find them a job if they don't have one, and they must pay part of the cost of being in community corrections.
Kersey and Morrison both agree that the system needs to change, but we'll wait to see what the final product looks like before they say how they will vote on it. In Terre Haute, Matt Gregory, News 10.
Both Kersey and Morrison say a bill like this will go through several readings and committees before the final product is ready for a vote.
A Terre Haute man is arrested on charges he had sexual contact with a 4-year-old girl. Police arrested Stephen Cook Thursday morning on a warrant. According to court documents, the alleged abuse took place in December 2004 and only happened once. The alleged victim first reported being abused by Cook in 2005 and told authorities about it again last November. Cook is being held in the Vigo County Jail on a $75,000 cash bond.
Big changes on the way for one Wabash Valley trucking center, and those changes could affect dozens of jobs.
News 10's Joe Ostrowski spoke with the company taking over that center, and he joins us live in the newsroom with more.
Joe, what can you tell us?
Well, Mark Patrice, we're talking about the Walmart Distributing Center near Olney, Illinois. And here's the deal, basically. The center is now operated by Schneider Trucking, but we're told that the contract to run that center has been awarded to a new company, that's Prime Inc. out of Missouri. Now, officials with Prime tell us that over the next few months, they're looking to hire between 140 and 160 new employees to fill jobs at that center. In particular, they're looking for drivers, technicians, dispatchers, and people to work in wash bays. Company representatives say they'd like to hire people who work at the plant now to help fill those jobs.
We need those existing folks that are already in place, working, doing those services every day. And over this next couple of months, that transition will occur, and we need them all.
Now, officials with Prime say they're holding a series of career fairs next week at the Holiday Hotel in Olney. Those fairs are Thursday and Friday from 9:30 to 7 and Saturday from 8:30 to 4. They recommend calling ahead at the number on your screen before you head to those career fairs. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Joe Ostrowski. Mark, Patrice, back to you.
Thank you, Joe. While lots of kids study history, a few Wabash Valley students will get to see it live. 30 juniors and seniors from Red Hill High School are heading to Washington, D.C. to see the presidential inauguration. Red Hill High School is in Lawrence County, Illinois. They are leaving tonight. The kids get to attend the inauguration and at an inaugural ball. It's an experience they've been looking forward to for months.
I mean, you get to read about all these things in the textbook and inauguration and how these things go on, but to be able to actually be there and to witness everything, I think it's really a cool thing because I won't ever probably be able to get to do this again, so it really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It's always a wonderful experience and rewarding experience as an educator to take these students and let them see some of the things that should be cherished in our country's history.
The students say they've each been responsible for raising their own money. Some of them are also covering the event as student journalists.
Well, good for them. We wish them a safe trip. Neat.
Giving back, the annual United Day for United Way is going on at Baszler's Market in Terre Haute.
And it's not too late for you to check it all out. Coming up, we'll check in at Baszler's, hear why volunteers say it's important to give back. That's next on News 10.